So, hi there. I was just sitting here watching Nightfall. Have you seen that on Netflix? Well, yeah. Anyways, I just seen parts of it made me want to talk about certain things. I like that series, really. I really dive into it. Usually I do a bunch of other stuff when I watch something, but this captured me somehow. Yeah, and I also have No One Is Here Listening now, even the one that used to show up quickly, even if I do private ones. So, anyways, I have bunches of cards here, and I will do readings for this new year for people if you want. I probably will do that even if no one is in here, because you can listen later if anyone wants to. Maybe I will do like ABC stuff if no one checks in. And I actually was singing the other day wildly, with very loudly, also listening through the mic and headphones. And I think maybe I broke the mic. I heard it made like bad sounds when I re-listened to the previous one that I did the other day. So I just privated that one. Anyways, yeah. The things I was talking, I will just ramble for a bit here. And also I have a vague idea about starting doing visual videos, like also, but it might happen in a while. I mean, after a while. At least I start to long for it very much. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah. The thing I was thinking about, also when I look out of my window, I see this flag. Is that the English word even? Oh, 2 people here. Hi. Of no one. I don't see who you are anyways. You don't have to vanish the moment I see that. I just see numbers, 1 or 2 or 3 or however. Anyways, I see this Knight Templar flag outside my window. Anyways, now and then when they use that. Anyways, I was thinking about how we can go. We talked about that recently in some video about magic and all that stuff. And yeah, how can I say? In this Nightfall series, I haven't seen all of it though, but it was about the Grail and the magic of the Grail and everything. And I've always guessed I've been on a quest, at least for a long, but also I've found it, And there are those who haven't. And I do think that certain organizations or so on, especially group settings, I guess, I'm not talking about any of those that I have been involved in. Maybe I took too close to the mic and then the sound becomes weird. I hope not. Anyway, so otherwise I will try to adjust it, or I have to purchase a new mic if I broke it. Anyways, yeah, I think that mainly what happens then, if someone, and that this is really bothersome, I think. I mean, power overall can be challenging. It can also be a really, really good thing. But when wrong information is out there, when it's prepared so that when smart people have not always good intending people have like prepared the case, you can say, prepared for others to view a situation or person or whatever in a certain way, and they buy into that, and maybe they are totally wrong still, however it may seem. And then I think there are those who can use those terms. I hope you're still with me with this vague talk. Who can, without having found, let's say, the grail, if we call it that, they still can use that as a scare tactic. They can use it as a, in many ways. I mean, it can be used as, they can prepare things and also use drugs or so on that influence people in certain way, or poison even, actually, and make others believe that they do have abilities they don't have, or and also use lots of people to influence. If there is a larger group or group that have access to other people, even if their intent sometimes are good, but their information or their perception of situation may be not so good, still that's really, really, really bad. And so I mean, what I mean is, you can play with this very much and pretend. It can be really pretend. It can be stories and keeping up a facade of something that is not there. Because I've seen certain people, I'm not saying this is for everyone or anything, I'm just vaguely speaking here, seen certain people belonging to certain places, anyways, that aren't all that. I mean, to me, it's quite obvious that, people may hold each other's back, and in that sense, worldly sense, have power, let's say, but that doesn't mean much in the universal sense, anyways. Even though they can get to others to some degree, they are still like, how can I say? I wouldn't call them tiny, maybe. I'm sorry if I sound really mocking here, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that's interesting. That's very interesting to me, though. But I realize that's what's going on sometimes. Sometimes that's what's going on. And from the outside, from not having experience or knowing these things, which many don't, especially if there are secrecy around, then it's very difficult for others who may be exposed to that, or who see through it since they have more knowledge or experience themselves in some certain way. What can I say? I mean, what I mean is that which I said. well, I shouldn't talk about that too much, though. But I just felt that this. Oh, sorry, I'm bumping into things here. I'm sitting in a weird way, but I will just mute it when I change my style here. Anyway, so it's very interesting. The world still goes on with all its. I mean, humans, we are an interesting species, aren't we? Yeah. So, anyways, personally, I find that I found so many goals already in my life, and also found answers. And I never felt the need to leave what I found. It's just that deepened or grown, or I've seen from more angles or perspectives, so it have widened. But it's not that I have to dismiss what I've been before. Yeah. But I think I've never been at such a good place as now. I mean, with myself, with knowing myself, with knowing my abilities. And yeah, and that's bliss, actually. Yeah. And my aim, aside from minor things, let's say worldly, just living my life thing, aside from that, I think that, or I don't think, I know, that's my goal, to share this knowledge with those who are able to get it, who are willing to, I must say, because through certain practices or so on, it's unavoidable. But some people would never be interested, or aren't at that place with themselves that they would ever be interested. And there are also many who would never know that it's possible, which is a little bit sad. Although I always questioned things and didn't know, even from the beginning, when I started understanding more about the potential we have, actually, I guess, as humans. Even at the beginning, I was amazed, but I still had no clue how powerful it is. I mean, yeah, I just couldn't digest that, I think, at the time. So after a long road, and I think everything I met, and I met some, have actually taught me, and it have been a perfect path. I see that now. I see that clearly now. I kind of knew it, meanwhile. In some part of me knew always. And also I've had guidance from spirit world now and then when I needed it, specifically, I mean, in a strong way when I've needed it. But also even experiences when I was a child that I was taught also then by my soul, I can say. I knew as a kid, sort of, not exactly what I was going to go through, but somewhat, actually. So I kind of prepared myself. And it's interesting. That's really interesting. I mean, to me, maybe not to you. But I wish that I could share these things, but it becomes only words unless you experience it. And to experience it, you need to practice. You need to, I mean, just listening to someone else telling things, that's never going to be an answer to anyone. It wouldn't be to me. I questioned everything before I knew, before I had those experiences. I was open to learn and very curious about things I didn't know, but still I was questioning, and I still do. If I meet others who talk even the same words as I myself say, for example, I wouldn't quickly just buy into it. I need to have experiences also in that way with that person that make me believe it. And there are so much fakers out there, and yeah, that's, to me, that is sad, because there is so much, there is genuine spirituality, and I'm not saying like that you have to divide those kinds of things, but overall, whatever you call it. But yeah, and to sort of hijack that, or I mean, yeah, and use that as something. Yeah, I don't know, but I shouldn't judge, because those who do that obviously don't know that. Because if they knew, they wouldn't have to do that. Make it in a lower vibe way. So, oh, what can I do? I mean, what can I say? It is what it is. Yeah, so, but still, I wish that I could give this treasure to everyone in a way, at least to those who would, honor it or treasure it, and not harm. Because as I said about that many times about healers or haters, you could say, but I mean, you can use anything if you're strong. I mean, in muscles, you can harm, or some, I don't know, fighting technique. You can harm, but you can also use it to protect, or if you have much muscles, you can help others with your strength, or you can hurt them. And it's the same with energy, and with your mind, obviously. So in that way, I guess it's good that you can't give it just like that. But I wish if more people knew more, if more people were more aware, then there would be no need for all the fussing and fighting. But it wouldn't be, actually. Yeah. Yeah. But still, somehow I chose to be in this reality with this, where lots of ego run the show, and not run it actually, but they have a part, and that must be a reason for that too. So I must be here also for that reason. I mean, to learn about those things. Yeah, maybe I should now pick some cards for the coming year for you. Maybe will I do 4 piles? I don't know, when someone maybe check in. And let me know if I will re-listen. I will have to, because I want to hear if the sound is weird. Then I will have to kind of change something, or buy a new mic. I like this one though. It was bad that I was singing so loudly in it the other day. Yeah. But I had fun though. Yeah. Yeah, I think I will pick 4 piles, and yeah, I will do that. Because I don't know if anyone comes in. Just sitting here talking to myself. But I feel like I want to give you some gift for the new year. And when it comes to, there is also, I mean, there are so many ideas, and everyone, it's so fun also to listen to others like that. Because there are so many who sell everything, and that is actually, it becomes easily corrupt. I mean, in the way that you want to sell, and then you spread shade onto others, for example, in any kind of direction. And it's also somewhat disturbing. I shouldn't just complain now, but so when it comes to, for example, mediums, then you receive, and you channel, and like translate, sometimes if they don't say exact words, to translate the symbolism and so on, to what is the message, from spirit to the persons. But also, when you when you Yeah, I'm just distracted by my own thoughts all the time. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I don't know how to say even. That is one way of doing it. Yeah, I was going to talk about the cards. When you lay cards, I mean, the energy, I've talked about this also many times as I see it, the energy you have now, usually we don't change our patterns. So if that energy is now and come from before, we will continue that form of energy will spill out into the future. So we can sort of see, and oftentimes that's correct what will happen. But it's not set in stone. So I don't think so anyways. I'm not sure though. But I do think that we can, in the shamanic practice that I do, where you change things, you can go into the past and into the future also, and also healing the energy now and so. But since there isn't any of those things, really, when it comes to that kind of science anyway. Yeah, so what it gives is a hint or a message not to be scared of if it's something you don't want, or you know it's meant to encourage and give you insight, whatever the message is. So, and I used to give them quite straight. I know that's not what everyone wish for, but I think that can be healing. And some people may need a more softer approach, and that is good. And they can search for that somewhere. But yeah, I mean, I don't dismiss the cards, and certainly not. I love it. I think it's messages from spirit through the cards. And I think they contain a lot of universal symbolism that can tap into so many meanings, especially tarot, but also oracles or whatever. If you watch something or listen to a song or read a book, whatever, I mean, not only that, but everything that goes on around you, not only in dreams when you sleep, but also what goes on every day, what happens, that shows something, that is a message all the time. But we often miss the message. We don't understand that, but it's there. It's just in front of us. It's in front of us. So it's just it just clarifies it maybe a bit when someone suddenly explains it through cards, as if that seems to be like magic. But it's not. It's everything is very natural. Many are just very unaware of the reality of things. Yeah. So that was the little preaching mode. I think that was it for now. Yeah. And I couldn't be richer. I mean, materialistically said, I mean, no, the half speak Swedish, but in materialistic sense, I could. But I don't really put extreme emphasis on that. I've never done. I mean, the happiness isn't there, although it's good to have basic stuff, what you need. But I mean, that's obviously necessary to have. But aside from that, I'm not saying that I don't want more than that. I just say that I'm really rich and really, really happy, and have been more or less all the time. So I know it's not connected to that, the happiness or bliss or that sort of specific peace in your heart or soul. That is not connected to to the outer, whatever that is, actually. But if you have lack of the most necessary things, it would be obviously a different thing oftentimes. But yeah. Anyways, so I will just mute this for a moment when I change my position with my legs. And then I will pull some cards then. And you can choose cards for number 1, cards for number 2 or 3 or 4. I will talk about 4 examples. And I don't know for how much I will talk. I mean, I don't know how much I will say for each. I don't think it will be similar. I hear that sometimes it bugs me. I mean, I always criticize and talk about things that bug me. But when I listen to others, which I love to do, oftentimes just to relax also. But then it's like they've decided to talk for like 15 minutes or half an hour or whatever it is for each one. And they continue to just ramble around. I mean, they may say super necessary things that time also. I mean, yeah, but then it seems very strange to keep it like that, exact minutes, like as if you just filling out the space with words, explanations, without having or feeling the real need to explain or say those things. I mean, you can always go further and deeper into things, so it's nothing wrong with that. But I don't know for sure how I will do it. If I will just do a short message for certain ones and so on. I don't know. We will see. But now I will mute you for a moment. Hi again. Do you hear me? Oh, this really sounds weird in the earphone or headphones. What do you call them even? Wow, this is super weird. I mean, it goes in back and forth. Why does it do that? Wow, I get all dizzy. I have to check it actually. Why it is like this? I don't know. Maybe I should just. Wow, this is very weird. I'm sorry about the sounds. I think I need to change this. I will mute you a bit again. Now it's different, right? Maybe this is worse, but it stopped. It moved like, from almost head to toe. Like I get dizzy when it goes from ear to ear like that. Okay. So I will choose the Psychic Tarot by John Holland for I call them pile then, number 1. If anyone are interested in what will come for next year. And I will just interpret it intuitively. The advice is for you. Yep. Okay. So what I see is challenges and obstacles and challenges. So it seems like, and then there comes accelerated emotion. So what I see here is that there is a path that is like broken. It's like someone walking on something, and there is a gap. So you need to either jump over there or just realize that this is where it ends. You can't walk further there. You just have to go in another direction, change ways. It's like a dangerous path forward to continue on. And it's very interesting with these cards also, because they're only 2 cards, but I guess this would be 5 of Wands and 8 of Wands. They're interesting because one comes walking on this board, or it seems like something, and they look like down, as if they could, as I view this image anyway, like as if they could fall down into the depths or some hole there, like they're looking down at, you see their feet, and the other accelerated motion, or what is it? Yeah. Card shows someone looking up to the stars. And mine is a star, anyways. There are like mountains and stars. I mean, it's so bright. This is someone who have hope again, and it will quickly change from this I think also scared position. I think it's very much the mindset here that changes from looking to what dangers there could be, or where you could get hurt or fall, or whatever could go wrong, changing to see where it could go right, and there's lots of hope. There are millions of stars in the sky, and one is very bright and guiding this person, and this will shift so quickly. I mean, it's there, even in this 5 of Wands there, or obstacles and challenges. These orbs flying around like little stars, and they are around all the time and guiding. But I'm not sure you experience them as guiding first, because I mean, even if you see or feel the energy, your focus is still on conflicts. You are in this contrast mode without understanding that that's the soil we can grow from. That's the, how can I say, that's the pull, that's the, how else could we do it? It have to be there, the opposing forces, let's say, even if they don't really have to be seen as opposing. They can be seen as complementary, or useful, whatever it is. Yeah. But I also think the barefoot person here, looking down on their feet, have to also do with scarcity thinking, or thoughts of getting poor and not be able to manage, or not be able to even maybe survive, or yeah, it's very much fear. Yeah. What I can say then for you next year, for those who chose 1, if anyone listen later, is that it's changing for the better. And I don't know when, because this is like 2 cards and this is for a whole year. So maybe it could be like a tough path forward even until summer or something, and then it changes. But when it changes, things will really change quickly, and the pace, I think, will keep accelerating. So when you shift your way of viewing, then everything starts to fall into place, and you become very peaceful, and all this fear is gone. Yeah. You feel nurtured and you feel one with the universe. You feel that you are taken care of. You know that. You see that in all synchronicities and stuff. And that is so solid. That is really, as this is also an 8, but it is very much, as an eternity sign, it could be seen. It is unshakable. This will not change. It will continuously be better, and you will feel very safe compared to feeling unsafe first. And maybe you even feel broken yourself. But anyways, questioning if you have the right or enough resources, and just not seeing how it can work out. How could it ever work out? But it will. It will work out so fine. And also I think that these cards have to do with the chakras. At the base chakras, the root and those, the first chakras, they are very fight and flight, or they have to do with survival and so on. When we manage our lives or perceive our lives through those perceptions, really, through those the lens you say, through the lens of that energy. And then when you see the upper part, then it's from the heart chakra up, where you are connected to yourself and to everything around. That will be the focus to come. So that is the year. And all this is very much guided by spirit. Obviously also, since it's fire and wands. But I think you kind of experience it even when it's tough, and even when you're fearful, but you haven't seen the not advice, but what is the word I'm thinking? You haven't seen it actualized yet. So even if you want to believe it and you perceive it in some way, you are still hesitant and fearful. And also this gap in between these thing you're walking on, the path you're on, and maybe that also, maybe it encourages you to just jump, to take the leap, even if it's scary. It could mean that you shouldn't continue on your path, and that you should go in another direction, change ways. But for some, it could mean that you should jump there and not be afraid to fall into that bottomless pit kind of thing. Yeah. So, but you need to challenge your fears and listen to the guidance that you have. And that can say that obstacles can mean that you should, that is a message to back away and choose another path. But it can also be that they are there to strengthen something in you. Many things that I've been through have really strengthened me, but it took a while for me to realize that they did. The discovery of those things, or the deepening of the insights, it's still there. Obviously, it's not always as clear, but yeah. So this is very good cards. There is a true shift going on here. From one way of seeing the world, you will perceive things from a totally different, in a totally different way. Yeah. It's like connecting with your, connecting really with everything, with your soul, with the universe, earth, everything. Beautiful. Maybe I should continue with this deck. It felt good to me now. I have a few other decks, but there is no one else here. I'm just sitting talking to myself. But I just felt for this deck now until someone shows up, anyways. If someone does. So let's see. For number 2, then. What would come? Oh, I forgot the card. I'll check what this is. Oh, deception and envy. I will hope it won't come up, but it was left in the box there. Good, stay there. Okay. For you, chose number 2. Coming year. What will it be? And now I don't know if this wants to talk, so I will just not take this deck then. I will change. It didn't want to. And I also have these wonderful runes. I got both black. I wonder if they were onyx. I'm not sure though. I think maybe they are agate. But anyways, I had also some blue grayish one now. They're larger. I love them. But I don't think I will do that if no one comes in and just tell me to do so. So let's see. Okay. I will just take the wisdom of the House of Night. These are not even tarot cards, but they are quite clear at times. So I will choose them for pile number 2. If they want to talk. Depends. I don't think I would pick. Yeah, well, no, I don't think I would pick. I will see what pops up. Now we will see. Oh, this is just one card. Interesting for the next year for you who chose number 2. The number is 18 and it says forbidden. And this is a door. This may mean that you shouldn't know what happens next year. I mean, it's not for you to know. Wonderful and interesting message. But also, I mean, you may, I'm not saying that there is something bad there, but maybe you benefit from even not knowing good things or whatever, you know. But also the actual meaning of this card usually is that you may want to open a door that is not for you to open. I mean, not to pass through this. Maybe some idea you have or some temptation or whatever it is that the spirits clearly say that you should not open this door. You should not go in there. It will lead to not good things. It's not for you, or it's not for you this time. Leave it alone. So I don't know what this is. It can be obviously pretty different things if there are a few who would listen to it. But this is a clear and quite stern message, since it's just one message. And there is also, as I said, it's number 18, and that then becomes 9, and which is an ending of something. And I think you should avoid new doors in that symbolic sense also this coming year, which is a weird message to give, because usually we learn a lot if we go through new experiences, and also I used to encourage to be curious and check things like, but you should not, especially if you know that you have been warned, or don't do it. Don't do it if you know it's wrong. Don't do it if you know that if you would be exposed, it will be bad for you. And don't go in through doors that are, I'm not the words, that are holy, if you can say, although everything in a way is. But I mean, don't do that purely out of curiosity, just to desiccate it. Do you know what I mean? Don't do those kinds of things recklessly. And in whatever way, if there are very new paths or doors opening to you, or no, this is closed actually, so it's not open, but if there are things that are, that you ponder, new pathways, I think you should wait and not do this now. And this also seems like the orient of the patterns and so on, somehow on this card, the whole like doorway or so on, I don't know, almost like a temple, but yeah. The word is forbidden, so anything questionable in that sense, that is wrong, let's say, that you should not do, don't do it. And it can also mean that if you find a closed door, I mean, you want something and it's closed, then that is because you shouldn't go there. Spirits protect you from going there somehow. Very, very strange message here. Yeah. But I think it's tempting. I think you're curious and you want to kind of, I mean, this could be even relationships, or someone that have someone and you still are interested, or whatever. It can be things like that also. Don't. However beautiful it seems, or so on. No, it's not good. Yeah. I would just leave you with that. If you have some comments about these cards, feel free to share them. And this may not mean that it's forever forbidden, let's say. It can mean just that wait until you know more, or until things are different, or that it's the right time, and so on. I don't know. But for next year, no. Don't. Interesting. And then for number 3, very short messages here. I'll see if this one will say something else, this deck. I think I need to change again. So, do we dare to take the crow? Take the crow. I met someone today and had this medicine wheel thing going on, and these are very clear sometimes, these cards, but I don't. Yeah, I could lit the flashlight here so I see, because these are used reversed also, and I don't know all the meanings, although I've used them a bit at least. But okay, for number 3, Let's see if this works. Coming year. They're really slow compared to the other ones. Wow. All right, so I mean, sorry, bumping. The whole shuffling. Oh, wow, these are many cards now. Okay, I will just say the cards first. This is 6 of Cups reversed. I'm sorry. Queen of Pentacles. 5 of... What is this even? Wands reversed. 4 of Wands reversed. Justice reversed, and 2 of Swords reversed. And I will really have to read about these because, I mean, I can study them and figure out their meanings, but I just feel like there is some specific message here since many of them are reversed. The one that is upright is the Queen of Pentacles, which is actually me. I'm born in an earth sign, if you think about it that way. But anyways, you may too. There is this woman, if that is you or someone in your life that is, let's say, upright. But then the messages. Wow. 6 of Cups. And these are very beautiful also. There are like sunflowers there and a couple of birds flying away there. So generally this is about nostalgia or thinking back in a positive way on things. We'll see what it is now. 6 of Cups. No one is in here. What are you doing? It's the wrong time for you. I don't know. 6 of Cups. Maybe the settings have been changed. No, there were some on it. Let's see. So, the 6 of Cups asks you if you are clinging too much to the past and are unable to find joy in your present life. That is the first message, to actually also advise not to do that. It could be love that have flown away. It could be anything like that makes you stay in the past. And then this Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, that is a regal, stable female. Maybe an earth sign. I think this is obviously a person, the only one upright as well. And then 5 of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, take some time because I have to hold this flashlight. I have it always dark when I do this. 5, I mean, I see the cards, but 5 of Wands, I mean, why did I say Pentacles? Indicates a person who is afraid of conflict and avoids engaging in any form of disagreement, and even if it may lead to something positive. Okay, this Queen of Pentacles can also be someone that also clinging. She is looking actually in this card. She's looking back. She's looking backwards towards the past. This is, and the whole energy of Earth can be that energy that holds on, the kapha in Ayurvedic terms, that holds on to things. Wow. So it's like you don't want to, or this person don't want to move forward. Yeah. Even if it could go well, this person rather sits there and dream or fantasize about the past. And then for Wands reversed, I like to read them actually because it means different things in different decks. So this is generally upright, a very positive card. when reversed, the Four of Wands represents instability in your home life or a breakdown in a relationship. Although you know that change is vital to your growth in the long run, you may be finding it difficult to keep a positive attitude. All right, so this is for some. I think this have been a breakup before then, and this is what you look back to, things you dreamed about and hoped for, and the conversations you had, or even maybe quarrels, but you liked it. Yeah, it's like that was life, the love there. So, and then we have 2 cards left here. Justice reversed. And obviously, as I said before, you can change these energies if you feel that that this is not what you want to continue with next year. So this used to be a great outcome, like in legal matters or so on, for example. It could be karma, but usually a good karma. This might be less good karma then because it's reversed. Let's see. If justice is reversed, it may indicate that there is a person who hasn't been completely honest. If you look deep inside, that person may even be yourself. It may be a good time to examine your personal truths. Oh, yeah, I think this is like, yeah, some actually bad karma come and bite you a little bit in the ass. I mean, karma is lessons of love, lessons to teach us to understand other perspectives. We are all one. And the only way we learn is through understanding, and sometimes we need to experience certain things to reach that understanding. And so there is some lessons here, and maybe in this pain or this sadness or so on, that is the karma itself, maybe. And then 2 of Swords. It's not punishments, I'm not saying that. 2 of Swords. 2 of Swords. Here it is. When the 2 of Swords is reversed, the problem with indecision is heightened. You are unable to find any clarity due to what? Due to an overload of information, thus leaving you more confused and unable to figure out what is most relevant. This could be even, I can do that myself, even checking a lot of videos about the cards, or checking your own cards a lot, or I mean, it gets too much for the brain to comprehend. But yeah, the choice. I think the choice is about to go forward, also to leave this behind. I think you are confused about certain things that have happened in the past, and you want to resolve them. Therefore, this bird, the crow here, Queen of Pentacles. It's therefore she looks back. There is also a butterfly she's staring at there. Actually, the transformation. I mean, yeah, this is someone who wants to understand, and that is difficult also, since she doesn't. It could be he, but with these qualities of a Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, I don't know if I have more to say about that. But I think also the karma or the justice that comes is because not making a choice also is a choice. To choose that is a choice, and to choose the other thing is a choice, but also not to choose is a choice. And this one really don't really get that, just stands there and does not make that choice. And that can bring adverse consequences. It's not a good thing. And I don't think you get more clarity the more you stay in that. It's not, no, you need to get moving. You need to make some sort of choice. And the choice here, I think very much, is to leave the past behind and go for the future, go for something new, leave what have been. Yeah. So As it seems now, it's not very likely, but maybe these cards could help. We'll see if these cards want to talk more. This is then the fourth pile for what will come in 2022 for you. No, they don't want to. So then I will take the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot. I haven't used them for a while. I long for them. So how can I even complain on those who do beautiful, exact videos and I do them like this? Still critical about the other ones that are like very professional. I'm a professional reader, but I'm not a professional video maker. Yeah. And also psychic and medium, but I don't use that much here usually. Let's see now. So these are, I mean, all my decks have a favorite place in my life, obviously, and these are also ones that I usually only use upright. It's very few decks that I use reversed. But anyways, this is for number 4. Let's see if these want to talk to us now. Oh, I just love the whole. They are tiny in it. They fit perfectly in the hands. I just love this deck in that sense too. Wow. So here we have possession. Wow. Wow. So next year you will be possessed. Good thing. I may have talked about that before, that I channeled Pachamama, Mother Earth once. I mean, was possessed. That's the only time that I have been in that sense. But anyways, here it's this, the spirit riding a person, as they call it in Voodoo. What does it mean? This could be a very good thing as well, because this is strength generally, or justice in some cards then. But it's number 8. I will see what it says. This is for your year to come, and I hope it doesn't scare you. For me, this would be a blessing card. I mean, spirits are awesome guides, and to be guided so fully by them would just be fantastic. We will see. Sometimes the choices we ourselves make, we could do without them. Well, let's see now. Possession. Strength. Yeah, it's strength and lust also. It could be. Let's see. Dance sets the stage for the drama of possession. Here the question of who dances is answered with style and detail. Lust manifested as divine drunkenness and ecstasy moves the dancer inward to the brink of individual being. The cup runs over and self is obliterated in the torrent of the self, the larger self, that is. Strength, the ability to exert effort toward a given end, is present in the dancer to such a degree that the sacred is drawn within him or her. Actions then flow from the sacred's inexhaustible reservoir of grace. Many fear possession. This is a rational fear, for we are all at risk. Also, the fact that we need to have a certain energy because it takes energy. So if we are not well physically or so on, or have additional strength, it can take a toll on our health. So what most of us struggle with is possession by personality. To the extent that we identify with our personalities, we are possessed by that personality's limiting definitions of self. This is so interesting. Wow. So this may be the greater problem with possession. We think we are limited in that way. I've never actually, I must have read this before, but I've never really got it before, I don't think. Personality is such an acceptable and pervasive expression of self in society that it is frequently unexamined. It is often mistaken for the self, the greater self, that is. And this is what we do in the medicine. We very much, we like punch a hole in those illusionary balloons of our personalities, right? The boundless wealth of self comes to be encased in the roles, mores, and expectations of personality. Possession by such a small god strangles the vast array of possibilities inherent in the self, the greater self. Wow, this is so beautiful. Quite often, what people fear most in ritual possession is the weakening of the hold of the personality on the self, the greater self. Personality is a small cage, but it is at least familiar. The greatness of self can seem foreign, forbidding. Yeah, maybe that is the word again about forbidden that was the previous card. And maybe this is not something to go for that person. Yeah, because there are dangers. We need to first have a personality to get rid of, so to speak. it's a healthy development for a child or human to first have an ego, to be aware of who we are here physically, be in our bodies. That's what we came for. But then to be able to transgress it, to go beyond those limits. Yeah. Personality can be of value as a fluid focusing of self in the world. Yeah. Its structure can be used to create situations and to set the stage for involvement. However, personality is best used, not cast as the user. Yeah, that's very beautiful. Wow, I just love this. For whomever chose this pile, I will choose it now afterwards. Yeah. Ritual possession is one way of breaking free from the confines of a too deeply entrenched personality. The aspect of possession portrayed in this card is that of an overwhelming spirit astride the relatively dense body of one of the dancers. The spirit is strong, and this strength is absolutely necessary in order to shape and direct the physical mass of the dancer. The attributes of possession include willing or voluntary surrender to a force perceived as stronger than the self. And in my case, it was just relaxing, but these African and so on, they usually use like drums and dance and so on, and some other traditions as well, like in Brazilian. I mean, this is also New Orleans and so on. But anyways, you can use movement, and I mean, you can come into trance through various means. But also, in my case, I was just relaxing. I had no intent to be possessed, so to speak. But I'm really glad I was. It was a super awesome experience. Yeah. And especially the results of it, because it really helped and healed people, the messages she gave through me. Yeah, anyway. And very quickly and efficiently in ways I could not know. So it was awesome, that too. Anyways, and there are those trans medium, they're also sometimes called. There are those who also warn for that, but there are several mediums that have said to me that I could work as a trans medium, and I usually don't. I just receive messages and pass them forward, but that I could take the spirits into my body and let them talk, let's say. Anyway, contemplation. Who is it that says I? What are the aspects and attributes of this I? Do they change? Does the I change? This is so beautiful. Wow, the depth of this deck. I have to use it more. Divination, strength, bursting free from the bounds of limiting belief, courage, and the sufficient energy to act effectively. Wow. Strength, bursting free from the bounds of limiting belief, courage, and the sufficient energy to act effectively. I can't say that. fluidly. I want to try one more time. Strength, a bursting free from the bounds of limiting belief, courage, and the sufficient energy to act effectively. Yeah. So, yeah, you will be strong enough to do this, whomever you are, to not be restricted by your personality or what you perceive as yourself as in this limited with limited boundaries or set ways or so on. You can go beyond that, break free from patterns you don't want to, but also use the traits you want to use for for your purposes, for what you want. And this is so awesome, to not be afraid to be the opposite of what you're used to be. Wow. I think a lot of things, I mean, spirit will, even if you don't do these kinds of dances or so on, I think in this year to come, in a positive way, then you will be guided. And I think even if you aren't into this too much and you aren't aware of this, you will suddenly go in a different direction, meet others, people, and so on, and you won't be aware that spirit pushed you there. Let's say, also sometimes, spirit will really take charge here in a more a clear way this coming year than before. Give you strength, not take it. And that is also even though there are you should be grounded and solid in yourself and learn through those with experience doing these things, but still it's really positive. I mean, this is for your benefit. This is for your growth and your awareness of who you truly are, your greatest self. Yeah. To not be limited to a tiny role or form. So, yeah, I see a lot of enlightenment this coming year for you. And added strength. You can trust also your spirit even more so than your personality. Yeah. Beautiful. Wow. Wow. Okay, that was that. So there is no one here for this long. I wonder if it is because the sounds is messed up, or if people are just like asleep or whatever, or the settings maybe changed. I don't know. Anyways, I will continue to talk for a little while longer. This was a little bit fun for me though, actually. Wow, this last card just wow. It wowed me. Yeah. That's really beautiful. And I can continue to talk about that then. I mean, I haven't been possessed in that way anymore because I don't feel the need to, because I receive messages all the time. I constantly channel things in a sense, but I don't, it does not take over my body. I haven't really felt the need to. But anyways, that's actually awesome when that happens. But you should also be aware of what kind of energy that is, or spirit. So, but now when I got that, or I didn't get that card, I just chose it afterwards when I knew what it was. But I feel like, wow, that's what I want to do this coming year. Yeah. And it not only ourselves, we ourselves are scared to lose those limited, you know, definitions or so of who we are, and to fit into a certain box of definitions, labels, as I talked about many times. others are also afraid of that. Others around, they really don't encourage that, because, and also the society, not the least. I mean, it's not encouraged to be too strong and to because as long as we are, first of all, others' insecurity become worse if we suddenly step out of that box they have us in, have become used to have us in, but also the fear of our strength as such. If power and strength can be very intimidating if we think it would harm us, or all these ego things going on. And so usually people don't encourage this, and this is what you do for in everything I do, and everything anyone should do doing these things is to, as well as when you raise children, to become self-sufficient, to help them not need you. That is kind of the purpose with all the things I do as well. It's to make others understand that they do also have this, or what they have. We sometimes have different kinds of gifts or abilities for the service of all. We are not meant to be the exact same, and we don't like the same things and so on, and that's good, but we can open ourselves up to the more that we are, and that's wonderful. So yeah, that's what's interesting. Previously I usually do that every with people around, every New Year's we used to lay cards, like for each month. We never recall. I think sometime I wrote it down, but I never checked back on those anyways. And like a central card, and then 12 cards for one for each month. And I actually think this was clearer. Sometimes it's just for the purpose of following a structure, that too, and using more time, seeing more cards. But it's not always that that would improve the message. So, I just love this fourth card so much. But I hope if anyone would listen to this later, I hope that you found some good stuff there to guide you to come. And please feel free to comment. There was a time when I didn't respond to comments. I do now, sometimes at least. But yeah, I think I will just leave it at that and prepare myself to be ridden by the spirits. I've thought about it. I've pondered it so much since I've heard it from others that live very spiritually, let's say. And so, yeah, I think that could be a good thing. It's very much just about allowing, letting go, And you can't do it with willpower. You have to somehow do something that, as it said there in the text, that makes your personality, like you set the personality a little bit aside for the spirit to be able to come in. Yeah. I started just wonder. I don't have to prepare this. I didn't prepare it before, so I think just being open to it and allowing it. That was just a beautiful thing, and I never felt that I was that I couldn't end it. I knew, meanwhile it was going on, that I can stop this anytime. But I was very, very curious, and it was really an awesome experience. I mean, the sensation of it and everything. enjoyed the experience. So it was different, and I was surprised, but it wasn't scary at all. So yeah, I knew that I could. I rather did like this, since this was Mother Earth or Pachamama. I told her that, oh, I need to sleep now. We have to stop, like, or I communicated in my thoughts to her to calm down, kind of, and then she did after a while. But I wasn't scared. It was not. It didn't feel scary in any way. It was very beautiful. So yeah, although very strong as well. Yeah. So, anyways, I will just leave you with this, and I hope you check in soon. Meanwhile, I'm here as well, so we can chat a little bit more. And take care now and the coming year if we want to talk. Bye for now.